Hello, vinyl community. Dave the Pickup Artist with you for another Psychedelic Sunday, where the cost of one admission is your mind. And of course, I got a few pickups, new pickups. So let's get to it.
We got us some good ones.
First one I've got is The Gods with the album Genesis. This is kind of confusing because around the same time there was another band named Genesis that put out their first album, but this is The Gods, and apparently this is a record store day release. This was sealed. I got this sealed, but I think it was a UK a record store day release. And the album cover is an early Hypnosis album cover. They did the front cover design is by Hypnosis.
Your mother's
An animal?
Your mother's aroused. I haven't seen people so aroused in a very, very long time.
And this contains the band that would eventually go on to become Uriah Heep. But yeah, this is Psychedelic Prog. They only put out a second album. Then they went on to, or a couple of the members went on to form a band, a short-lived band called Toe Fat. And they put out 2 albums that I'm looking for. Then Ken Hensley, who was the keyboard player and vocalist in this band, went on to form Uriah Heep.
Your mother's
Shit. Kerslake would be on the drummer for Uriah Heep, but I think he's on here. Yeah, he's on here. But yeah, this is Psychedelic Prog. Very cool stuff. It kind of reminds me of a little bit of The Move, but it does sound a lot like Uriah Heep too, because Hensley was, you know, like the background vocalist, and he was the keyboard whiz. He was kind of the leader of Uriah Heep, and probably this band too. And this is on colored vinyl. And yeah, I don't think I paid $10 for that. online. Is that Discogs. Yeah. Now, some of you may have this album. It's a good one. The Best of Uriah Heep. Now, what's cool about this is on the back cover, you get the Uriah Heep family tree starting in 1965 with a band called the Stalkers. Then they went on to become the Gods. A few went on to form a band called Spice. Then a few were in Tofat. Coliseum is a part of the family tree, and then of course Uriah Heep. And this is like all the way to 76, and you've got members like Mick Box and John Wetton, I think, was in this outfit. And yeah, this is great. If you get one Uriah Heep album, you should get this one because it's got the best of, and it's got this cool family tree on it. The next one I have is Psychedelic Shack by the Temptations.
On the floor, join in and be what you wanna be. Don't you know that it's fire on the corner? Oh yeah, that's what's next. You know what I'm talking about? The psychedelic snack.
Glad to finally add this one to the collection. This isn't their first psychedelic outing, but I think it's probably their best. Of course, we got the great cover. There's two covers. There was two different covers, but I like this one. We get the Shack with the Temptations ensconced inside the shack and singing about life inside the shack. We get the first track. Great. Now, at this point, they were kind of fed up with their label, the Motown label, and they kind of wanted to do more psychedelic stuff. And Motown brought in the Funk Brothers. The Funk Brothers were like the Motown wrecking crew, basically, and they brought them in, and they made this a great psychedelic album. We go down to the last track on side one, Take a Stroll for Your Mind, which is basically like an 8-minute track about being stoned on marijuana. That's what it's about.
There is no yellow. There is no old. Reach out and touch your soul.
Tell me, have you ever been underground? For long, nice and slow.
Also, we've got side two. We've got a song called "It's Summer," kind of a spoken word ode to summertime, which is topical because it's almost here.
Yeah, we're the sad show. You dig it? 'Cause you people look at us like we're free. Ding dong, ain't no thing.
And side two, song two is War. Now, the Temptations did the original version of the song War. I always thought it was Edwin Starr. But what happened was, this is the original version, and they didn't want to release it as a single under the Temptations because it was political, and they didn't want to get one of their best bands into a political controversy.
Of innocent lives, war means tears, thousands of mothers' eyes. their sons go off the plank and lose their life. I said, what is it good for? Absolutely.
So they gave it to Edwin Starr around the same time, and they did their single of it. My favorite Temptation is the guy with the deep voice. I don't know which guy. I think it's this guy, but it's really fun to listen to him get into a battle with fuzz guitar and psychedelic craziness. But another one I'd like to find is Cloud 9. This came out Cloud 9 came out about, I think, 2 or 3 albums before this one. And all the Temptations' late 60s albums are great. I try to find them. And this has, the only flaw on this, it's got a cutout here, and it's got a merchandise sticker here, which I'm definitely okay with. You can find these for under $10. And it has the original sleeve. We get the Motown stuff. Yeah, good stuff. And of course the Motown label. Earlier copies had the earlier Motown label.
Oh yeah, that's what's like. People I'm talking about, the psychedelic shit. So it's that shit. That's what just sit on that shit. That's what it's.
Another R&B act around the same time that was getting into psychedelia was Chuck Berry. This is a concert in Be Good, which is a goof on his one of his popular songs.
Am I doing this again?
It's on Mercury, and yeah, 1969, and Chuck is still in great form on this. It opens with a good-looking woman. One thing first thing you notice outside one is he's bringing the wah-wah pedal, and on side 2 we get a almost 19-minute long title track, Concert in Be Good.
They're eating your mother's. We may not be able to.
He unleashes all of his guitar licks. He's got the wah-wah pedal set up, and it is nothing but a psychedelic good time. The hype sticker on here. It says, Chuck Berry's last record for Mercury, Concert in Be Good, released in the summer of 1969, was a successful attempt to merge blues, rock, and psychedelia. Lester Bangs wrote about this album in Rolling Stone. The master is back again, and this time he has come up with a record worthy of his reputation. Yeah, 180 gram. This is a great album. Guitar Heaven. The next album I have is Road. By the Road. This is a Buffalo, New York band. Basically a cover band, mostly covers. And this is a promotional copy. 6 members. They had 2 lead singers on this album. The band had 2 singles. They put out a cover of She's Not There, the Zombies song.
Well, no one told me about her, the way she lied. Well, no one told me about her, how many people cried.
And they put out a second album, but they never really went anywhere. On Kama Sutra. Pop psych, basically. Yeah. The Road. Finally, I brought up the Uriah Heep earlier. I want to replace this beat up copy of Look at Yourself that I've had for decades, but it's pretty much trashed. G all around. The thing about Look at Yourself, this album, these, I don't know if they're ventriculars, but they're mirrors, basically. They go bad. Now, I went on Amazon to see if there were what the status is on reissues of this. And there are reissues of the early Uriah Heep albums. Unfortunately, they're all picture disc. So, yeah, that's that. But eventually, I'd like to find a good copy of this. Maybe the picture discs sound good. I don't know, but I don't know. But that's all I got this week. I hope you all have a great week. I'll see you next week. Take care.
Hey, mister. What's in the bag? You heard him. What's in the bag?